Chat, man, it said Lil Durk keep digging himself in a bigger hole, man. It said he threatened to off a witness. Let's see if this true or false, chat. Let's see the validity.
Digging himself deeper into a hole because it turns out the feds have him on wiretaps making threats to kill those who may testify against him. And unfortunately, the internet has already uncovered.
Whoa! I thought is he not locked up? So are they saying he got a cell phone in there that's wiretapped? Oh my gosh.
Who the truth tellers might be, and WAC 100 has exposed one of them.
So you think that he's a federal informant?
Who?
I think he's definitely working. He's running right now.
The details that the informants gave the feds will have you on the edge of your seat, so strap in. Durk caught threatening witnesses. Durk's indictment has revealed a lot about the OTF boss, and it seems he had tried to mask his vicious nature behind his conversion to Islam because he wasn't playing around. Now, Special Agent Sarah Corcoran, working for the FBI, filed an affidavit.
Special Agent Sarah Corcoran. Boy, she looked like she'd go to the end of the earth to book your ass. Just off the name, chat. Just off the motherfucking name.
It has some damning details about the OTF boss and his attempts to intimidate witnesses. According to the special agent, evidence the FBI collected during their investigations showed that Durkio was threatening OTF members who were cooperating with the feds. The affidavit reads, due to serious safety concerns, this affidavit does not provide the identity of these witnesses.
Okay, so he did this before he got locked up. So Durk already knew it was people snitching on him? Is that basically what it's saying? And
based on the FBI's investigation, I know that witnesses and or their family members have already received threats and or have been contacted in what appear to be attempts to influence their participation in this investigation. From the FBI agent's affidavit, someone is definitely truth-telling, and at the moment, all eyes have been turned to two potential witnesses in the case, OTF Jam and Brick Baby. Brick Baby's involvement in this case.
Okay. First off, everybody keep talking about this guy, right? Because they say he dry snitched on, I want to say it was Adam 22. I think he was talking to Adam 22. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. And it also was saying that he's the reason why Quando Rondo had dropped his flag, allegedly, because he's the one who gave up Quando's location when they're supposed to be part of the same set. And so if this guy is an informant, right, chat, I think we can kind of see the validity in it. I think we can kind of see the truth in it. Like, I don't think none of us will be surprised if he actually shows up on trial and gets cross-examined. We wouldn't be surprised, chat.
Is bizarre.
The other guy, I thought they already had evidence that he been telling.
Especially since he isn't part of OTF and isn't from Chicago. Well, this didn't stop one of his ops from tying him to the case. This is none other than WAC 100. In a podcast with Adam 22, WAC revealed that according to his sources, Brick Baby is working with the feds.
So you think that he's a federal informant?
I think he's definitely working.
WAC also revealed that the one person who could tie Brick Baby to the case was on the run because the day OTF members were arrested in Chicago, the feds also came for the unnamed co-conspirator in LA. Unfortunately, he wasn't at his house.
Day they kicked in the doors and picked up the OTF guys, they kicked in his door right here in Los Angeles.
Okay.
To pick him up, only he wasn't at Mama's house.
Where was he at?
He was somewhere in the streets. He's running right now.
WAC revealed that according to the indictment,
who's the guy?
One or more co-conspirators, including co-conspirator 4, learned that Quando Rondo was visiting California and staying in a hotel in LA. It seems like co-conspirator 4 was the one dropping Quando's location.
If you go in there and look at that report, number 4 is a local guy that was dropping Quando's locations.
According to WAC, the world thought that the shooting in Atlanta that almost killed Quando Rondo and saw the rapper's cousin die was a drug deal gone bad between Armenians or Persians.
We all thought that was a bad drug deal, weed deal. You know that.
That wasn't in Atlanta, that was in Los Angeles.
The world thought that shooting was a bad weed deal between some Armenians or Persians. That's what the world thought.
However, in February 2023, Brick Baby went on social media and declared that no one can say that OTF didn't slide for Vaughn.
Okay. And it wasn't until February of 2023
Yeah, chat. This is what I was talking about. That the interview bro gave.
That Brick Baby goes on the internet with Flacco and says, out of nowhere, the world is oblivious to this. I guess they can't say OTF didn't slide for King Von anymore.
In the said video, Brick Baby revealed that OTF had slid for Von because they had taken out Quando Rondo's cousin.
They say you can't say that no more.
Yeah, there wasn't no jumper. There was whatever this podcast is.
Oh yeah, because of no. Like
They
who died?
say you can't say that no more.
Oh, because of FVG Cash.
See, I mean, you can even tell by the interviewer. And Wack is 100 with this. Nobody even knew. Nobody was putting two and two together. Everybody thought this nigga cousin just died in LA. Because you got to think, at the time, like, a lot of celebrities were getting hit in LA. So it really just looked like another celebrity that got targeted by some street niggas in LA. I can attest to that. I did not put two and two together. This interview pretty much put the whole shebang together. He probably started the investigation.
Who?
To be honest.
Nah, cause Lil Pive.
But this isn't the only time Brick Baby told the world about their hit, because he hopped on a track and spilled the beans. In the track, Not Enough, he raps. He was Durk and trying to hit, now he in a blunt. We dropped the 100 shots, go dig your partner up. In another part, he raps. The last one we turned into a pack, we got 1 million plus. Now this is where
Bro, I'm confused.
things get interesting, because it turns out when the feds heard Brick Baby saying that, they went after him.
March, the feds get on Brick.
Whose side is Brick Baby on, though? Because he's not an OTF. Whose side is he on?
We don't know this.
When Brick got picked up by the feds, everyone thought he had caught a gun charge. However, it was soon discovered that they wanted his cell phone, which the feds may have used to prove that he was dropping Quando's locations to Durk's hitman.
We're under the presumption that it's an AK-47 case. But what really happened was they came there to get his cell phone.
But there's more to this, because after the shooting, the feds told Quando Rondo that the gang that he was repping, the Rollin' 60s Crips, had set him up.
What you think the police told Quando?
That the Roll 60s set him up?
It turns out Brick Baby and Quando Rondo were repping the...
Okay. So that's how Quando even found out about any of this. So because it's the feds, Jack, there's some strong truths to this story.
Same gang. And when Quando landed in Atlanta, he checked in with his gang for protection.
What was he claiming?
Roll 60 script.
Where Brick Baby from?
Roll 60 script.
Who you think he checked in with?
Roll 60s?
With who?
Okay, I see where you're going with this.
What's more is that Brick is a known gang member who has been to jail in the past. So for the feds to catch him with an AK-47 and not charge him seems a little too sus, and fans were on his case as well. One comment read, "Dude got caught with an AK-47 by the feds in June 2023 and still hasn't been to court." Make that make sense, regardless of the Durk case.
Yeah, they on this nigga top. Yo, they on this nigga top, boy. And chat, does it matter? Does it matter whether he was a convicted felon or not? If you're if you're not a convicted felon, are you able to still have use guns to protect yourself? Or if you're does that matter or no? Because if he got caught with an AK and he's a convicted felon, he definitely should have a court date, 100%. And if he don't, then he's definitely an informant. What the fuck is what's his name? What is he doing here? What kind of video did they
While
make?
another fan wrote, "Brick sound like he telling, LOL."
Fuck, what is his name?
The feds charged him and the case randomly disappeared. It's kind of clear that Brick Baby might have dropped Quando's location to his ops, because after the shooting, the Savannah rapper took to social media to denounce his gang, claiming that they didn't have his back. Although Wack's allegations are yet to be substantiated, one of the alleged informants seems to have been confirmed as a snitch by his own people. This is none other than OTF Jam. By now, everyone has heard of OTF Jam and his alleged bizarre case of betrayal, because he allegedly wore a wire to record OTF members confessing to crimes. OTF
my
Jam broke
goodness.
his silence over the allegations, and that's when fans knew something was up. The OTF affiliate took to his social media to put the record straight and told the world to stop accusing him of snitching until they saw his name on police paperwork. Casey J. Hester, aka OTF Jam, is my artist's real name until you see that name on the paperwork. Don't at me, he posted. The situation at OTF worsened after none of the OTF affiliates co-signed Jam. No one tried to have his back, even though they were all on the internet screaming free Durk. Well, OTF Jam went a step further and accused Durkio of snitching on him. He first revealed that Durkio snitched on him on a track. Calling me a rat or a snitch, but was rapping snitch on themselves all the time, he posted. Jam was talking about the track back again, where Durk raps, "Jam, get out that jam. I give him 50. Ain't gotta ask again." He was catching murders way back then. That's when the max was in. It turns out OTF Jam had been
Chat, why the fuck this nigga tried to sell that? Oh, he snitched on me first. Bro, it's freedom of speech, dog. He put your name in a song. You put his name on paperwork, dog. That is not the same thing. You're saying his name for a trial. That is not the same thing. He said your name in a song, sir. He didn't go in front of no judge or give any kind of statements. How the fuck do you even think 1 + 1 = 2 in that scenario? Cause it doesn't. Niggas be reaching. He was better off just shutting the hell up and getting off the damn internet. Why the
released
hell
in
did he try
February
to stretch that?
2022 after doing 12 years for attempted murder. The OTF affiliate had also confirmed that Durk had given him $50K when he got out of jail.
He said he gave you 50, bro. You know
All
what I'm
facts.
saying? Fact?
More than that. Everybody more than that. Shit.
But shit, can you tell us how much he gave you, or you don't want to even?
No, we ain't gotta get into all that, but bro made sure he made a way for me to be straight. Like,
Turns out that after the feds heard Durk rapping about Jam catching bodies, they were onto him, waiting for him to make a mistake and take him back to jail. Who snitched on who? He snitched on me on a song. Police all up on me after that. Oh, he catching murders? Let's get him. Jam posted. Word on the street is that Jam was hit with weapons charges and was
stop.
looking at going back to jail for another long period. It turns out that Durk refused to pay for Brody's lawyer or bond when he was snatched up. According to popular hip-hop commentator, DJ Academics revealed that Jam wasn't too pleased with Durk and decided to snitch and avoid.
How does that even make sense? If you just said this nigga done gave you more than $50,000 that you ain't have to go bust a 9 to 5, nigga, you ain't have to go do nothing crazy, nothing out of the ordinary, nigga. It wasn't your hard-earned money, nigga. He blessed you with that bread. Why do you then upset that you gotta pay for some lawyers because you got caught with some weapons? Why not take that money that you said he gave you and pay instead of you going to all these stores and buying up jewelry and shit that you can't afford and fucking on and tricking on these skeezers? Why not put that money up for when the police come? No. These niggas, I told you, Chad, these niggas ain't got no IQ at all. No IQ at all. You gonna go spend that money on all this bullshit, and then you gonna walk around with guns and shit. Knowing that, I mean, it was only a matter of time for the police find you, even if Durk didn't rap those lyrics. If they're eyeing OTF, nigga, you was up on the bulletin board anyway. You was on a bulletin board anyway, nigga. Their whole goal is to jam up. Listen, let me teach y'all a lesson, right? When they going for the top, chat, they start at the bottom, right? They start at the bottom. They're trying to use anybody who's associated with OTF in any shape, way, or form. It doesn't matter who it is. They're trying to get charges on anybody, right? Because all it takes is one. We just need one person to slip up. And that's why they say things, you hear sayings like a group is only as strong as its weakest link. That's true. Because when they come, they're trying to get anybody. As soon as that one person slip up, there's a hole in the armor. They use that one person. Hey, you're looking at 20 years for this weapon, this gun, this, that, and the third, whatever the case may be. You're never gonna see the light of day. But then they hit them with that. But we'll let you go today, right now, if you give us some information on OTF. That's how it works. If that dude Jam was driving around with weapons, bro, it didn't matter whether Durk said your name in a song or not. They were gonna come and pick you up. That's why I say he's stretching it. He's stretching it. Durk shouldn't have had him in his camp at
jail
all.
time.
So are you saying that he made
The lack of accountability. And how old is this nigga?
towards Durk? I've been holding you down because I heard you say something about like his baby mama called Durk for a lawyer, and Durk may have like brushed it off, and they're like, yo, you're not supposed to brush off my call when I need something. Like, I'm the guy who does the dirt.
That'll be $199.
Snow, thank you. Stop.
Only time will tell whether Brick and Jam are telling the truth. But as for Durk, many people had already warned him about his crew and his activities in the streets, from 50 Cent to Big Meech. And since he didn't heed their advice, even his closest homies like
Big
Chief
Meech
Keef
out?
and Lil Reese don't want anything to do with him. Ticking time bomb. Lil Durk was really a ticking time bomb because many people in the industry tried to tell him to leave the streets. A recent leaked video went viral where famous gangster Big Meech was trying to advise the OTF head honcho to leave the streets behind. In the audio, Big Meech tells Durk, "You gotta separate yourself from the bull. You stay around it, you gonna be in it." Big Meech knows a thing or two about the streets because back in 2005, he and his brother were arrested and sentenced to 30 years behind bars. Just like Durkio, Big Meech started his empire, Black Mafia Family, BMF, and grew it to become a gang that would eventually end up killing people. The gang's operations were small scale, selling cocaine on the streets of Detroit. By the early 1990s, BMF had successfully expanded their operations beyond Detroit, establishing a presence in major cities such as Atlanta, Los Angeles, and Miami. By the early 2000s, federal agents had begun to take a closer look at the Black Mafia family. The organization's rapid expansion and the brothers' displays of wealth were red flags that could not be ignored.
All right, bro, he ain't have to go into a whole documentary about BMF. Like, bro, we know this ain't no BMF show.
DEA and the FBI launched a joint investigation focusing on the Flannery brothers and their extensive network of associates.
Let's get to
Despite trying to stay away from the Fed's radar, the brothers' high-profile activities continued to attract attention. And just like Lil Durk and OTF, a shooting in a different state leading to deaths is what broke the camel's back, and the feds were on to them. In 2003, a shootout in the Buckhead nightclub district of Atlanta brought the Black Mafia family into the national spotlight. The incident, which resulted in the deaths of 2 men, including Diddy's bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, highlighted
I remember what's Diddy old bodyguard? That Gene Sheen, whatever his name is, I remember him talking about this story.
Violent nature of the organization and intensified the focus of law enforcement on BMF. As the investigation progressed, federal agents began to gather evidence against them. This is where it gets interesting because it turns out that the feds could have used the same tactics they used on Lil Durk to bring down BMF. Wiretaps, surveillance, and informants provided crucial information about the organization's operations and hierarchy. BMF's connections with international cocaine suppliers were uncovered, revealing
Chat, the feds use the same tactic every time. You would think these niggas will make some adjustments. That's what I don't understand. Like you said, informants, wiretap, surveillance, aka reconnaissance. Chat, they're doing the same thing every single time to bring down every black street gang. Every time.
The vast scope of their criminal enterprise. In 2005, law enforcement agencies launched a series of coordinated raids across multiple states, including Georgia, Michigan, Florida, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, and California. These raids targeted key members and associates of the Black Mafia family, resulting in over 150 indictments and effectively dismantling the drug empire. The evidence gathered during the investigation was overwhelming. Big Meech was charged with operating a continuing criminal enterprise, a serious offense that carries a potential life sentence. Faced with the prospect of spending the rest of his life in prison, he decided to plead guilty in November 2007 to the CCE charges and laundering drug money. Big Meech had hoped to get a more lenient sentence, with the possibility of serving a minimum of 20 years in prison. However, the severity of their crimes and the evidence presented by prosecutors led to a harsher outcome. On September 12, 2008, Big Meech was sentenced to 30 years in prison, with no option for parole under the federal system. And it seems that Big Meech wasn't the only big homie giving Durkio solid advice because 50 Cent, who was also close to Big Meech, tried to warn him about his crew, having almost been killed in the early 2000s in a street beef. The rapper recently revealed that he gave Lil Durk some advice on street life, and it seems Durkio didn't listen. Fifth and Lil Durk linked up back in 2022 to make the track Power Powder respect. During their time working together, 50 Cent warned Lil Durk to be careful about his crew. In an interview on The Breakfast Club, the rapper was asked,
I read 50 Cent book, and nigga, 50 goes into this deep. If y'all ever get a chance to read his book, he talk about how he had to cut a lot of his niggas off because you're only as good as the weakest person with you. If you got somebody that's toxic or poisonous, or he's not as strong-minded as you are, no matter how close or how long you known this nigga, you have to let him go. Hey, I encourage y'all to go read 50 book, man. That was some great insight.
Asked whether he ever tried to talk to younger artists about not getting caught up with life in the streets.
Now, when you look at some of these younger artists and you see how they idolize you and idolize your music, and then you see them get caught up.
Yeah.
Do you have conversations with them? Like I remember Casanova, and you was trying to talk to Casanova, Troy Ave, and now Lil Durk. Do you have conversations with them and be like,
Troy Ave got locked up?
I've seen this play before.
50 Cent revealed that he had warned the Chicago rapper and told him to watch his crew.
Even with Durk, I was telling him, like when I had him, he was in New York. Then, like I was like, yo, this is them, right? It's a real shit, right? He was like, yeah. And I said, yo, just watch him. His crew.
It turns out, even back then, someone in Durk's crew was on some funny business because the Chicago rapper told Fifth that someone had leaked his address, and he almost got robbed in a home invasion.
When you said that to Durk, what was his response to you?
He said, you know what? He said, somebody just came in my house. How do they know exactly what the address is? I don't give my address to nobody.
Oh, is that when him and India got in that shootout? Yeah, that's a fact. I didn't even think about that. Somebody had to leak his address. I didn't even think about that.
Like, this is not, because something happened.
The robbery in Georgia?
Yeah.
When India had to shoot.
He went straight to talking about this.
Back in 2021, Lil Durk and his girl were the victims of a home invasion that erupted in a shootout. According to the blogs, several unidentified individuals entered the rapper's home in the Brazelton neighborhood near Atlanta a little after 5 a.m. on July 11th.
5 in the fucking morning. Man, you kick my motherfucking door in at 5 in the morning, boy. Nigga, I'm ready to guillotine your motherfucking ass. I ain't even gonna lie. I ain't finna call no police. I ain't waiting for the cops to show up. Bitch, it's 5 in the morning. And you done stuck your foot in my door.
Exchanged gunfire with Durk
Hell
and his girlfriend, India Cox. Luckily, Durk and India were not injured, as
now the internet is usable again. Pi.org is a web browser extension that lets you decide what ads you see on what website.
they shot back at the suspects who fled the scene. Was someone in Durk's camp ratting him out back in 2021, or was it just a coincidence? Either way, Durkio is about to learn that the streets are unforgiving, with his close associates seemingly abandoning him. One of the rappers who looks like he doesn't want any association with Durk is Lil Reese. Reese is among the only surviving and successful Chicago's rappers repping the Black Disciples. When word got out that Durkio had been arrested, everyone thought that Lil Reese would post Durk like other Chicago rappers. However, he hasn't shown direct support for the OTF leader. Instead, he posted a photo of himself in jail with Durk's song Love for the Streets. Word on the streets is that Lil Reese and Durk are not on good terms. According to Chicago rapper King Yella, Durk was sleeping with Lil Reese's mom and aunt.
You know, Reese mama bad and
What the fuck? You not just piping down Auntie. Bitch, you gotta get my mama too. Get the fuck out of here. Get the hell out of here.
right?
Okay.
I heard Durk was his mama and his auntie.
Oh my gosh.
No.
The mama
But that's
and
not
the
only
sister.
reason the two fell out.
Damn.
It turns out Durk had once called Reese a rat for going on a podcast and revealing some street business. Reese had gone on Cam Capone and revealed that he and Durk had robbed someone.
I was just shooting dice and won all my money. I came back on the block. I couldn't get all the other guys because I knew they wasn't gonna want to do it with me. So I told Durk, like, come with me, grab a gun. He asked like, what we finna do? I ain't telling him what we was finna do. So when we got to the barber shop, I made him rob this. and we took my money back that I had lost in the dice game.
According to the interviewer, Durk unfollowed Reese.
Yeah, them niggas. Why them niggas be going on these podcasts just telling, dog? They be, boy, these podcasts, man, they come with that bread. They get them, they sit them down, they make a, yo, it's almost like the feds. Y'all seen that Yak Gotti in there eating them fucking chicken wings? These podcasts, they get you real comfortable. Notice how all the podcasts got like it look like a living room. It don't look like no studio or no office or nothing like that. They make it look like a living room. They want you to get in there and get comfortable. Sit down, have a seat. You hungry? Can I get you something to drink? So the top-notch hospitality get you right. Get you nice and comfortable, belly full, and then they start asking them questions. They act all friendly and shit. You know how Vlad got that friendly ass voice. And then I don't know, I think it tricked their psyche to make them think like they just around their homeboys, everything cool, everything good. And they just get to talking, running that mouth, not even knowing they telling on themselves. But dog, not only did you just confess to a robbery, you done threw your boy in it too. Damn.
After the interview dropped.
When I interviewed Reese, he told a story about how him and Durk robbed some guys. Little Durk unfollowed Little Reese after this story came out.
Why is he saying little? Why is he pronouncing it like that? It's lil. You see that they don't spell it all the way. He's talking about Little Durk unfollowed Little Reese.
With both Reese behind bars, everyone would expect him to come out and clear support for Durkio, but it seems their beef might be getting in the way. But he isn't the only Chicago rapper who betrayed Lil Durk after his arrest, because it turns out Chief Keef bought a chain worth $500,000 after Durk was arrested and is yet to post any message of support to the OTF boss.
Chief Keef same day Durk went to jail, up to $500,000.
Man, Chief just dropped that motherfucking album, boy. That shit was hard too. Chief, man, I was bumping that shit all summer, nigga. That shit was hard too.
This isn't the only time Keef has been on the spot for failing to show a homie support. Turns out that the first time Durk and Sosa had a falling out, he had gone and bought a dirt bike instead of bailing out Durk. Although his closest industry friends are turning on him, it's hard to ignore the new image that Durk was trying to carve out for himself. From converting to Islam to starting a foundation that would help kids in Chicago. What's crazy is that his efforts were noticed and recognized by politicians who are also turning on him after his arrest. Failed Lil Durk rebrand. Durkio's fans thought that he was done catching cases because he had turned to Islam and even gone to rehab to clean himself up. The rapper even took to his social media to reveal that he had turned over a new leaf and would not waste his new life after all his felony cases had been cleared. Everybody should get second chances at life. It's about what you do with it. Alhamdulillah, my background wiped and clean of all cases. I ain't a felon anymore. Who would have thought? I want to thank everyone who helped push my vision forward.
What does that mean?
Thank
Hallelujah?
you from the bottom of my heart, the rapper posted. But that's not the only time the rapper had publicly revealed that he was a changed man. On August 18th, 2024, Lil Durk made a public declaration that would reverberate through the music industry and beyond. Taking to Instagram, the rapper shared a post that was both personal and profound, reaffirming his Muslim faith and denouncing his past involvement in gang life. The post read, "Don't label me nothing outside of a man, a father, and a 1000% Muslim." He followed this up with another post that read, "I don't gang
hey, Chad, we already been through all this. All that shit was cap.
Words. You can't do both and will be the one who say it. So if you follow me as a brother, a friend, an icon, follow me to my new chapter of life. When I make music or rap what I seen and been through, not telling you to go do it, huge difference, the music won't change, but my life goals will." Durkio had really tried to turn a new leaf because in 2020, he took a monumental step by establishing the Neighborhood Heroes Foundation, a non-profit organization dedicated to uplifting and empowering with his neighborhood heroes. Foundation to work with students from both communities to help support sustainability projects in Broadview and Bellwood. Despite his positive
what happened with
changes
them
in his life,
witnesses?
he was
That's what I want to
arrested,
know.
And that's when the very people who awarded him the keys
they
to the
rescinded
city took them back. Mayor Katrina
they
Thompson
took the keys
to
back.
Facebook to announce the city's decision to take the key back. While the American system of justice grants everyone the presumption of innocence until proven guilty.
Yeah, I'm about to say, what happened to that?
In the village of Broadview, the court of public opinion of residents has even higher moral and ethical standards of behavior, and our public partners must also reflect the same uncompromising standards demanded by our residents. Given the news that Lil Durk has been arrested in Florida and charged with murder for hire.
Chat, that innocent to proven guilty shit is bullshit. The moment you get arrested, you automatically treated as guilty, and then you got to prove yourself to be innocent. And even after you prove yourself to be innocent, people might still hold that shit against you. People still might treat you as if you did what they said you did. We live in a fucked up society. That whole innocent to proven guilty, man, that's propaganda. That's bullshit. It just sound good on paper. It just sound, because if they truly believe that, why would they be taking the keys back now?
The village of Broadview is withdrawing our honorary key to the village granted to Durk and is terminating our partnership agreement with his youth organization, Neighborhood Heroes Foundation. As mayor, protecting Broadview's interests and upholding the values of residents is job number one, the mayor wrote. According to fans, the mayor was throwing Durk under the bus and confirming that he was guilty even before the rapper appeared in court. Well, the mayor clearly didn't want to be associated with the rapper.
They ain't even go over the witness. All right, man. All right, chat. Y'all let me know y'all comments on this case, man. What y'all think?
Got a house on the hill, I don't back out. Ain't showing no love, no, not in this season. I'm waiting to bring all my racks out. Now who keeping all of my niggas? Been waiting to shoot up the burner. Caught in my fields, I need some more soda. She loving the pill, her body get warmer. Gotta let her ride on top.